2 to the 1, 1 to the 2. You know who it is. You know what we do. Yo, the Kings is in the building. My man over here, look at he's smiling happy over here. Yo, so you got the memo. I talked to your guy who talked to a guy who talked to a guy.
3 shows in a row.
Man, what's going on here?
3 shows in a row.
What's going on with you, baby?
Not much. Enjoying my Knicks winning. That's what's going on right now.
It's
gonna be insufferable.
This dude, they get a little sprinkle. This dude, you can't talk to this dude. Yo, P, watch out. His head's taking up the whole screen.
No. That's one person. There's one person.
Yeah, what's the deal, P? What's going on? The man with the master plan. What's going on with you?
Back, baby, after a couple of weeks. Took a little vacation, huh?
So are we retooling? Are
killing the trivia game?
Yeah.
You're a champion. You're a champion over there.
No, 3rd place, baby.
Oh, okay. So the way you be talking, I be thinking that you're the champ.
Everybody's got teams. I'm a lone wolf, and I still come up in 3rd.
The champ is here. Boom. The champ is here. But what we getting into, man?
We got a little bit of everything: NCAA football, boxing,
boom,
hockey, basketball, football.
Boom.
We're gonna hit them all today.
Wow, why football though?
There's still stuff happening, and it's still the biggest sport. I mean, unless you want to spend an hour talking about the New York Knickerbockers.
I was arguing with somebody.
We should definitely.
I don't know who I was arguing a bit, but they were like, soccer's bigger than football. I go,
worldwide.
Internationally, worldwide, yeah. I go, but in the United States, football's that sport. Stop playing with me. I don't know, people, whoever it was, they didn't understand how as soon as you go down south, it's almost like a religion. It's crazy. But we gonna chop it up. It's good that I'm getting nervous, man. You're here again. You know what I mean? It's giving me goosebumps, but y'all know the anthem. The boys are back in town.
Guess what? We're back. Comeback Kings. Gonna be hitting on a bunch of stuff today. Want to start talking about big boxing match, I guess.
Wait, what you used to call a clown show?
Yeah.
Was this one a clown show though?
It was more of a legit fight.
I saw it. You think cats are gonna start taking this dude seriously or no?
Who? Tommy Fury?
No, not Fury. The other guy. I think people do take Fury. No?
Well, he's only 6-0. He's young, and he takes his last name gets him a little more.
That's what I'm saying. His brother is why you're looking at him a little differently.
But that's what I'm saying. They're gonna
How are you looking at Jake Paul though? In my eyes,
that he's okay.
I don't know. He knocked him down in that fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but
was that a slip or he knocked him down?
No, I think
it looked like a combination of both.
A combination, yeah. He was getting hit and he was falling back.
Well, go ahead, P. Do your dance. Let us know what it is, where you stand.
You know how I stand on the,
I know
on the
you
pole,
stand
brothers.
with this guy. You don't like him.
I mean, it was the first actual fight he fought. He doesn't have a ton of experience.
And he went toe-to-toe with the dude.
He went toe-to-toe with the dude. But I think they're closer to the same level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Fury's got a lot of hype about him, but
you're saying it's in margin, like it's closer than a lot of people.
And if you look at the numbers, that fight wasn't even close. Tommy Fury destroyed him on punches thrown, punches landed. He doubled him up.
I was gonna say, on punches landed, he was.
I don't know. I looked at it. It didn't seem like that though. I thought Jake was hanging with him though.
No. There's a couple of rounds.
I'm not a judge, so I don't know.
He landed 2 punches in one round. Jake Paul. He landed 3 in another round.
So him asking for a rematch shouldn't be even in the question.
It's in the contract, and it's up to him, I think.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you see if the rematch, you think it's going to go any different way? It's going to be the same. It might even be worse, I think. He might get smacked up.
Well, it depends. It depends how seriously he takes the opponent. Like if he studies up, gets himself a real trainer, or I don't even know who his trainer is, honestly. So
No,
I
I'm
can't
saying
say.
I think he did take this dude. I think Jake Paul did take Tommy seriously.
I don't think he has taken. He hasn't taken anybody seriously. Like
Oh, okay. That's a legit argument. It seems like he is to me. I think he's
Yeah, I
got like
thought so.
legit trainers, everything. He's doing the regiments, all that stuff. But maybe
I mean, he was outlanded in every round of the fight. That's why I don't understand the judges. It was 76-73 for two of them, and the other one was 75-74 for Jake Paul. How do you see the two fight? How does one guy see the fight that differently?
so. I don't want to
But that's
go
also-
all the way in this angle with it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but that's also boxing. Like
Exactly. I think
That's
you're gonna say what I'm
that's
exactly what I'm gonna
boxing.
say. They're
Like-
setting it up for.
you gotta you know, especially if it's a big enough fight and it wasn't a clear like he knocked him out and
Yeah.
cold. They're gonna leave some room for
The money's
like,
in the rematch.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Oh, the money was in this match too. He made $30 million to lose,
So,
Ooh,
I'll take 80 punches.
and
for
these
30
aren't
mil.
even these aren't even like top tier contenders.
I don't understand. Where's the money coming from?
Top
Rank? Is that who this is?
No, the money.
Sponsors?
The money comes from the pay-per-views and who pays. That's how you get your money.
Who?
People
I don't
pay
know.
for
What's
it.
wrong
I don't
with
know
me?
anybody that paid for
Is
it.
there something wrong with me? Who's watching this?
I don't know. I don't know who.
A lot of people, because I know that like ESPN had big coverage on it, like so it was mainstream enough where I guess he made that much money. But it also depends on like who's promoting it, how much of a cut he's getting out of it. You know?
Yo, I feel like I'm late to the party. I wish these guys come up with these ideas. I would have did this.
Yeah.
You understand? I would have been the sensation and then been like calling out dudes. So I don't understand.
How many people just wanted to see him get his ass beat?
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? That's half your
half-
viewers
that's
right
half your
there.
view, yeah.
Wow.
Because you're not going to see two of the best fighters in the world boxing. That's not what you're tuning in for. That's not what you're paying you $80 for or whatever it costs.
Mean.
And then of course he pulls the I was sick twice in camp during when I was training and I hurt my arm.
I feel like he always be trying to do that, trying to weasel, trying to do something. But anyway, go ahead. What
no,
else?
that just aggravated me.
That bothers you.
Yeah.
I can see you steaming. Look at Steve. Jaime, wait a minute. Are we steaming?
His glass, he's gonna have to wipe his glasses off.
They got the fog. They're fogging up.
But go ahead.
What else are we gonna talk about? Oh, I know it's not Black History Month anymore. It's gonna be a little controversial.
Yo, it's Black History Month for me.
but
Every month of the year.
we've been
Even
going
in
for
the
2 weeks.
13th month. But go ahead.
Because we've been going for 2 weeks. But
Go ahead.
how'd y'all let a little white boy steal your slam dunk competition?
What do you mean?
Mac- Mac McLung.
What do you mean? How did y'all let? I didn't let nobody do nothing. First of all, keep in mind, and the second part is, he was a 76er, right? When he did that.
Yeah, I understand.
So to me, I don't even look at it. As soon as you sign with the Sixers,
As soon as you get that
yeah, you got
on your,
that
on your chest.
Exactly, you got that branding. You're my guy. You know what I'm saying? White, purple, green, anything. I don't care. And
Is he back down though?
here's the thing.
He's
I
back in the
was-
G League.
exactly. So some dudes, they just can dunk.
And that's what he was known
Yo,
for.
he was.
Yeah.
Did you see the dunks?
Yeah, I saw
Yo.
that.
He's had some highlights.
Yo, I was like-
before this on YouTube and stuff. He has
Yeah.
highlights of dunks.
So he's a nasty dunker. Now I don't know how his regular NBA game is. I haven't watched him play a game, but he got it.
and
He
I
got it, and I think it's well deserved. That's just my
Oh, hell
opinion.
yeah.
But I think as much as he deserved it, like the rest of the competition was average.
Yeah, there's no-
average
yeah.
at best.
Can we jump
know-
on that real quick? How come?
What happened?
And this is probably going back years. I feel like the best dunkers in the league don't do it.
Nah,
Does anybody know why they don't do it?
I'm just gonna go with a lot of people are scared because what if you get
You lose.
you get Aaron
Or get
Gordon
hurt.
you get Aaron Gordon you should have won but you didn't win and now
Because to do these dunks, you gotta go crazy now. You just can't do a windmill from the free throw line. You're jumping over
this
people.
isn't D Brown covering your eyes anymore.
But I'm saying, so say Morant was in the dunk competition, right? And he lost to this white dude. Are you looking at John Morant any differently, though?
Not as an overall player, but I mean it's gonna take his rep is gonna take a hit if you lose a G leaguer. You know, whether he's a dunk sensation or not.
I don't know. Because
I don't think it will.
He seems
That's
like
just my opinion.
It's like an and one league like type thing. You know what I mean?
Because I feel like that's where the message is coming from. Whoever these guys' agents are, the sneaker rep companies, they're the ones saying, don't do the dunk competition because you're going to lose money or you're going to lose stature or
You
something.
could get hurt.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of it. Like that's a legit part of it because you got to think about who's the last big name that was in the dunk
Kobe's.
contest.
I think it was Kobe's. You got to go back to Kobe, right?
Kobe or Carter. Those probably the last two big.
Vincent Kobe's. Ever since then, here's the thing. And no disrespect to Aaron Gordon, I didn't know who these guys. I don't even know who they are. And this guy, I have no clue who he is.
That was such a good story too.
I have
Like-
no clue.
Not-
And then this is the other part of it. Years are gonna go by. You're not gonna. This guy's not even in the NBA. He's not even playing. At least like when you saw Kobe's do it, you're like, okay. MJ did it back in the day. You're like, okay. And they were in the league, and that you just added that to their resume. I don't know.
But I think it's been a long time since you. I think it's probably been Carter. Vince Carter was probably the last big name you had in that.
Are you that afraid of competition?
No, but you also have to get so creative now, and practice and take time to do it. I mean, people are jumping over cars now. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, but you still can't be afraid to challenge the next man. I don't know.
it's
just
not important to
different.
them, maybe.
It also isn't not. It's not important to them because I mean, what happens? But again, it goes back to what happens if you lose. Like like if you get out dunked by some G League guy, like then
Okay, so why do they do the 3-point? Because the 3-point competition, I feel like the top dogs come out.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
That's just
Is
it's
that
in your
'cause it's
flow.
different?
But I think it's different because first of all, everybody shoots 3-pointers now. Fucking Joel Embiid is a 3-point shooter now.
No, well, that's totally carry the road.
but the other thing
Marcus
is,
Smart.
yeah. But the other thing is, you got exactly like you said. All the top guys want to do the contest because they all want to go against each other.
Why? That's what I'm saying.
But
How
it's
is that
easy.
different than dunking?
You're just shooting the ball. That's what you always do. Every day you just shoot.
Because you got to think about it. At the end of the day, even if you're on your best shoot, the best shooter on your team is missing at least 2 out of every 3 shots as a 3-pointer. So you go out there and you put on a show, it's all fun. It doesn't matter. But if you go out and you put up a bad dunk contest, everybody's gonna remember that it was a bad dunk contest. But
Is Ja Ja Morant putting up a bad dunk contest?
we don't know.
No, yeah.
Because he
This
won't
is the
do
thing.
it.
No, but I'm saying, here's the thing. I seen him in games with dudes covering him do dirty stuff. I can imagine what he can do with nobody on him.
But you guys remember that's different. It's an in-game dunk. In-game dunks look a lot better because you have other
Yeah.
people doing
But
it.
that's my point. Like, if nobody's near you, you should be able to do like some crazy, ridiculous stuff.
The stuff you have to practice too, though. That's just natural talent in the game.
You guys are making excuses for these
The other
guys,
thing
man.
I'll
They
talk
need
about-
to be out there. That's the bottom line.
The other thing I talk about, so kind of sticking to this topic, the All-Star game, like it
Trash.
was horrible.
Straight hefty trash bags.
They keep trying to change the format. They keep trying to change it and make
It
it a
ain't
little
working.
more interesting.
It ain't working.
It's not. What's his name?
Wow.
Tatum? What dropped
MVP,
55?
baby, MVP.
He dropped 55 with nobody guarding him. So,
And nobody cares. Nobody cares.
and the ratings. I think it's the lowest ratings in like 6 years or
What
something.
movie was that? Nobody cares, kid. Nobody cares, kid. Oh,
Bronx.
Yeah.
Yo.
But
I don't know.
and I think that's also hurting because at the end everybody was hurt and they had like both teams, neither of the captains were playing it in the second half. Like
I don't know. All right. We're getting carried away. P, what else, baby?
All right, let's talk a little Boston Bruins.
The Boston Bruins. How many losses they got?
8. I think it was a couple of months ago when we were talking with Kyle, and we were talking about like, when they're going.
losses.
They can't keep it up. They can't sustain it. Well, they've been sustaining it.
And I think they just came off like a West Coast run, right? They were out west or something.
They've won 8. I think 8 in a row now. They just made some trades.
So they're going all in.
They're
far as
going
you're
all in
concerned.
this season.
So we were talking about this off camera, and I don't understand what people with sport. If you feel that you got a chance, I would do exactly what they're doing.
You're the best team in the league by a mile.
go after it, man. Don't be like I never liked what the processes and all of that stuff, because you don't know what can happen. If you feel you're close, I would be doing everything. I'm trading cats, moving cats. Yo, we got a shot to do it now.
Yeah.
I agree with that philosophy, man.
They got 99 points, so well above anybody else in the league right now.
And just steamroll them. Just steamroll them. That's also sending a message to the rest of the league. Like, look, we're going for this.
And you don't have to.
You got to stop it.
Think about this. They're rolling. They got the best record in the league.
Boom.
And they're still trying to add people to make sure.
They're not playing around. That's my philosophy with sports. Because you don't know when this opportunity might swing your way again. You just don't. In professional sports.
Well, they've had the best record in their conference before, got into the playoffs, and then didn't win the Stanley Cup.
They're putting people on notice. I love it. I love it.
They made the trade. They're trading away the future, though. They got Dmitry Orlov and Garnet Hathaway. They need a little depth, a little toughness.
Okay.
So they got that. This morning, they just traded for Bertuzzi from the
here's what I'm gonna
Red
say.
Wings.
These names know nothing to
Doesn't
me.
matter.
You could be saying
Listen,
some
I'm
crazy
just like,
Chinese name. I don't know.
I'm just looking at names I can pronounce.
Yeah.
Hey, well, we're on the subject of hockey.
Go ahead.
How about the New York Rangers?
Rangers.
Patrick
Jesus,
Kane?
Mary.
Come on. Getting Patrick Kane for a fourth rounder.
Listen, where are you
How old's
at right
Patrick
now?
Kane?
Where are you? He's 100. Where are you
exactly.
at right
Okay.
now?
Sorry.
Where are you at?
Right now, I'm in the shop.
Are you going to beat the big bad Bruins?
Love
Is
it.
Patrick Kane going to put you over
Are
the
they
top?
beating them in the 5 or was it 7 games? They do 7 games in hockey?
Yeah, 7.
Are you beating the Bruins in a 7-game series?
Yeah, we'll see.
Do they
Never
even
know.
pair off with them? Is there a way that they pair off with them?
Yeah.
Are you beating them in a 7-game series?
We'll see, man.
Nah, stop.
see.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on.
This guy, he has New York ingrained in his DNA.
The one thing I
Brooklyn.
worry about is the Bruins goalie, Linus Ullmark, has been so good.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, if something just starts going wrong later in the season or in the playoffs.
Nah, don't do that, though.
No,
'cause
I'm not. I don't want it
That's
to.
part of the culture, man.
But the goalie is so important.
Yeah. Well,
You
they
know
got the other dude, too, though, from what I'm hearing. They
Yeah,
got two dudes that's nice.
No, but you don't know the Ullmark's been. He's ridiculous. He had 54 saves the other night. It was an overtime game, but that's the all-time
It's a record.
saves in the game. Because I know you don't follow hockey hardly at all.
Yeah.
But like 20, 25 saves in the game is normal. 35 save game is great.
And this dude
He
had double
54. I know it was an overtime game, but he just set the record.
Mean.
He's averaging 1.88 goals a
So,
game.
so you're saying we should get ready for the parade?
Unless something goes terribly wrong.
We're getting ready for the parade.
But they did. They traded away, I think, this year's number one, 2024's number one
They're
draft
going
pick.
for it. They're going for it.
So they got to get this.
All love to all you Bruins cats out there. Heavy duty. This is heavy duty hockey up here in New England.
Yeah.
Just because I don't, but I know a lot of cats that love hockey and definitely love the Bruins and the Providence Bruins too, right?
And I know, yeah. And I know everybody's getting nervous now because the New York Rangers got Kane.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the important part. That's the important part of hockey.
What else you got, Billy?
That's it for right now. I think we should take a little break.
All
Come
right.
back, talk a little NBA.
You heard the man with the master plan. Bizzle.
We're back with the NBA, the National Basketball Association, and what's going on
What's going
So
on?
first and foremost, you got the beast in the East now that took over first place.
Oh.
New York Knicks on it in first place.
I hope you don't say nothing about no Knicks.
The
man.
Bucks.
Please.
The Bucks.
Thank you. Do not say that about no Knicks.
The Bucks are on a 16-game win
Wait,
streak.
what are the Knicks though?
The best thing to come out of the best thing to come out of Milwaukee since Happy Days.
How do you know about Happy Days?
Don't forget Laverne and Shirley.
How do you know about Happy Days, man?
Reruns, bro. Reruns. I didn't have cable when I was a kid. We were poor.
No, hold up. No disrespect. Knicks are 5 in the East.
I told you. I was about to. Can we get to that?
Can we not give him
Come on, can we
the
get
head?
to that?
Wow.
Can we get to that? So yeah. We already know. Giannis, the Bucks are killing it.
They're gonna leap Cleveland, I think.
Now you come to the monster in the East, the New York Knickerbockers.
The monster.
They're-
Not the team on a 16-game win streak.
They're on the Knicks are on a 7-game win streak.
Woohoo!
They just demolished the former Brooklyn Nets. We traded them back to Jersey. They
You
can
put
go
it
back.
The
Jersey,
talentless
no.
Brooklyn
They
Nets.
can go back to Jersey.
The Jersey natives are sitting there like, we don't want this trash.
They can have them back.
How many G League players are on that Knicks team that you beat?
Wow.
Nah, on the Nets team, no, they have all
They-
legit players. They just don't have superstars.
Wow.
That's the problem. They traded all the superstars. Or no, they got one superstar. What? Benny Simmons? Cool.
Wow, that's a slap in the face.
Go ahead. I'm gonna take this because it's just, how can I explain it? It's just a matter of time before the Knicks start.
Honestly, I'm gonna.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm-
Let him have this right
Yeah,
now.
hey,
look,
We're gonna let him run with
it-
this and sprinkle.
As a Knicks fan, look, it's great to.
It is great.
It's great that they're doing better. I will say I'm not a big fan of.
Madison Square's getting some use out of it.
I'm not a fan of Tibbs. I really think that he's not the coach for them. He has a very short rotation.
Yeah.
And now they brought in Josh Hart, which is a great addition, but Josh Hart is playing 30-something minutes, and you got RJ Barrett, who you just gave a 4-year extension to,
Barrett.
who is now playing 25 minutes a game as your the face of your
So he has-
franchise, possibly.
Okay.
Theoretically.
How are they winning these games then?
Not Josh
If
Hart.
you don't like it.
Josh Hart. No, I mean they're winning the games, but the
How?
thing is, it's all effort and hustle and what do you call it? Like you got Jalen Brunson, you got a big three now, I guess, of Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, and
Yeah.
Randall. Randall put off 46 points the other day.
Yeah, I feel like they're getting up for the big boy games too, though.
He dropped.
They get up for Boston. They get up for Philly.
He dropped 30 on and then yesterday Brunson dropped 30 in the first half. So I mean they're coming for maybe the 4th seed, maybe.
They're gonna get that 4th seed. I was watching Cleveland last night. Did they play Celtics? I think
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah, they played Celtics.
I was watching them. I think Cleveland. I think the Knicks could definitely get that 4th.
And then you gotta, so we'll see how it goes. But I think unfortunately, it's just like, especially with Tibbs, he runs such a short rotation.
Yeah.
That come to the end of the season, everybody's tired because everybody's playing these crazy
Too many
minutes.
minutes. He don't got the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't use his bench. Like anything, he goes to the 8-man, 9-man rotation. Anything beyond that,
In the playoffs, you're definitely gonna have to.
you're getting paid. You're getting paid to be a front row seat to the games. Like,
Yeah.
but I am happy they got Mitchell Robinson back, so we'll see how it all works out for them. Now, yes, speaking of the former Brooklyn Nets, you got your boy KD, Burner Boy.
Did he make his debut last
made his
night?
debut
How'd
last
he
night.
look? How'd he look?
23 in the debut.
Did they win or lose? They lost.
They won, I believe.
I don't know. I know they made a debut and he dropped 23. I know it'd been
I think it was a tight game.
I know
Or was that the?
It been a while because he injuries and whatever. So, but that's another thing. If seeding stays the way it is right now, your 4-5 is the Suns against the Warriors.
They don't want that. If I'm the Suns, I want nothing to do with that.
And then all that. There's all that animosity from before. Clay and Booker don't like each other. You got.
I want
KD,
nothing to do with that. If
KD and Draymond.
yeah. So all of this will mean nothing if you get beat in the first round.
So
You want to hop over to the Mavs real quick?
out of Mavs, speaking of former Brooklyn Nets, they gave up. What did they give up? A 1 and a 2 1s or something for Kyrie.
Kyrie and he's
For the preacher man.
they're 4-6.
And they
For the earth is flat.
they're 4-6 since they got him, and they're 1-5 in games that Kyrie and Luka play together.
What do you think that is? What is it? They're not meshing. They're not
I mean, you have 2 guys who need the ball in their hands, so
ball dominant.
the 2 ball dominant guys. So unless Luka decides he's gonna play off ball, or you got Kyrie who's gonna play off ball,
Somebody has to decide to take the back seat. You're saying, or even passenger seat.
Yeah, somebody's not gonna have to have the ball or at the for majority of their usage rate. So we'll see how that goes.
So when's the last time that has worked where a guy has went somewhere? Was it KD? You have to make the KD argument. That's it.
Yeah.
So I feel like recently it hasn't really.
But you got to also remember, KD went to a team that
It was already a monster.
Yeah, that was a monster. They had 73 wins. They'd already won 73 games.
Yeah.
They beat him in. They swept him in the playoffs or whatever it was. Like he knew that this was not his team. Like, and I don't think it's like at one point somebody has to decide who's Diana Ross and who's the Supremes. And
That's your philosophy. I know.
Somebody has to work that out.
We can't all be the boss.
Yeah, everybody can't be.
You can't be boss.
So.
Wow.
But then you got all the injuries that's happened the past week. You got LaMelo Ball, non-contact fracture. He's
done.
He's probably out for the rest of the year.
AD's done. Is he hurt?
So AD's out again apparently. He's got a boo-boo. So he's gonna. So now to look at that Lakers team.
So Lakers are done.
You got
Lakers done because Bron's done.
Bron is probably done for the season.
Is he done for the season?
He has the fracture in his ankle too, or a dislocated ankle, or something like that. He was in there with a boot. So they're talking about 3-4 weeks. They'll reevaluate him, which is like the end of the season.
That's the season. So then he's done. Shut him down.
He's done. AD is out with a boo boo again. So we'll see what happens. He's literally made of glass. They shouldn't breathe on him too hard. Something's always gonna go wrong. And now you're back. Now here's the thing: you're back as a non-playoff team. You get the number 1 pick. I think if you get the number 1 pick, it goes to the Pelicans. Thank you, AD. You got that. They got that 1 Mickey Mouse championship, and then
no, don't do that. Don't do that. Why are you doing that to them?
But that's
because it was in the bubble.
It was in the bubble.
You called the Mickey Mouse championship because it was in Disney.
They were at Disney. They got the Mickey Mouse championship, but they got one. So
that's awful.
But and then if they do get the top pick, and that's what's his name, Wembanyama, who's officially, I think they measured him the other day. He's officially 7'5".
And
they
didn't even have to drive far to do the parade after either.
Yeah, right there.
Just walk out the bubble and get in the car, and they're in the parade.
Like we're going to Disney World. We're already here.
So Lakers are done.
Lakers are done, and now you got the new big 3 in LA.
Clippers.
Your boy Russ got the buyout from the Jazz, and now his Russ.
He looks like he's already acting up too, though.
I don't know, man. I mean, I have zero. That's another 2 people I have zero faith in: Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, in staying healthy. Like when they're healthy, they cook. When everything else,
See, here's the thing, and this is where football and basketball are different to me. Like in basketball, all this diva stuff that goes on, you can't do that in football because eventually somebody's gonna pop you in the mouth.
Yeah, someone on your own team.
Either on your own team or somebody else on another team. In basketball, you can't do that. You feel what I'm saying? That's not part of the culture. Like when you start acting, like for instance, Aaron Rodgers, when he starts acting like a diva, at the end of the day, he still has to go out there. And there's some lineman that's going to come around and be like, here you go, State Farm. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
and basketball,
that's why he's taking his darkness retreat.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, he's out. He's out. We'll talk about that.
But that's what I'm saying. In basketball, you can't. Nobody's gonna G-check you. They're not gonna check you on your behavior. How you might get a block shot or dunked on or something like that. But it's not gonna be a physical confrontation where somebody's gonna be like, "You need to shut up. You need to stop acting like a little B." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No, basketball doesn't do that. These guys, I'm watching basketball. It's more like a soap opera to me now. I don't know. It's awful. I don't know, but. What else you got, Jaime, with the NBA, baby?
The NBA, I mean, we just got to make sure that, first and foremost, I don't think I've talked about the Kings.
Nobody's talking about them.
The Kings are 3 in the West. You got.
You think they're gonna get a sneaky chip?
I don't think they're gonna get a sneaky chip, but that's crazy. That
Your boy Barkley picked the Nuggets to win the whole thing.
for so long.
Yeah.
For so long, the Kings have been the laughingstock, especially in the West. And now you got the Aaron Fox and the Mantis Sabonis, and they're cooking. They're
A lot of talent is matriculated over to the West.
Yeah,
in the last couple of weeks.
I feel like Memphis is back in the news as far as I'm concerned. They're like 2. I don't know.
Oh, what was the dunk that
I don't know.
Was it the putback dunk that they had on AD? I think that's how he got hurt because they hurt his feelings and that was it. It was over. But it was what's this guy? What's the other guy on the Grizzlies? Jackson?
I don't know.
But he got a putback dunk and it was
on AD.
It was crazy.
You know these guys lick their chops. Soon as they start seeing 7-footers at the rim, you know they're gonna go. They go at these dudes.
I'm gonna be Sports Center tonight.
Yeah, just to make that
he
point.
definitely was because he went. I mean, it probably should have been an offensive foul, but it was crazy. Dunk.
But you gotta be careful because then you have the opposite spectrum with Embiid did to Morant that game. He's like, nah, you ain't doing that on me. He yammed him back. He's like, get out of here with that. And then he went almost like coast to coast. It was crazy. So it's like a catch-22. You gotta be careful.
But I mean, I think the West is a lot. Has a lot of talent. Has a lot of dangerous teams.
Do you think whoever comes out of the West is winning it in your eyes?
I don't think so. I don't
Milwaukee's
think so,
that squad.
Milwaukee and Boston.
You can't just throw an automatic.
Don't forget the New York Knickerbockers.
That's also true. I didn't even get there yet, but I was gonna say don't throw an automatic championship up because you got to deal with the Bucks.
They want to stay in there. They want to stay right where they are, 5th, because then they get the 4th seed.
So let me ask you this:
get through the first round easy.
Let me ask you this. So in your eyes, could the finals potentially be, in my eyes, Boston, Milwaukee? It's too bad that they're on the same code, but I'm saying that might be the finals in my eyes. No? Would you look at it like that?
You can't say that because there's so much talent on the West, so you can't assume.
No, I'm not. I'm saying.
I mean, like, do you think that's going to be the Eastern Conference? That's fighting for the championship?
No, but I'm saying if that is, for one, you got to know that'll get better ratings.
Probably.
In my eyes, I won't say hands down, and then whoever after that, the ratings might even be less if they play the Nuggets.
Yeah.
If they play Sacramento, whoever one of these two teams play, the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be better ratings than the actual finals.
It depends.
Probably.
It depends. It depends.
I think the game will be tougher. It's not like San Francisco, Dallas back in the day when that was a Super Bowl, and then
that's what I'm saying. This is potentially going to be that.
I don't
ratings
think so.
wise, but
I think ratings wise, I don't think talent wise you can say that because whoever it's not a clear like. This isn't the 72-10 Bulls that you knew were going to run away with everything, regardless of who came out on the other side.
Top talent's still good enough on the West.
You don't think it'll be a better series, Milwaukee, Boston?
It's more interesting to me.
It might be a better series. It might be more interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not a guarantee.
But it's not like whoever does it.
The way you're making it sound is like if they win, that's the championship. That's not the championship. Like
no, I'm not.
We're agreeing with you that the ratings will be better.
The ratings is a better. I think it'll be a better, two better evenly matched teams. I think if one of these teams, say Milwaukee or Boston, if they play Nuggets or Grizzlies, I don't know. For one, like I keep saying, who's watching that? I think the Bucks or Celtics. Maybe not. Maybe
doesn't mean
Nuggets.
the quality of game's not going to be as good. The interest might not be there.
Who's tuning in to see anybody on the Nuggets?
Nah. Whoa. Nah. I mean, Jokic.
Let me hear something. Let me know something I don't know.
Jokic is back-to-back MVPs. They talking about he's about to get a third MVP, and you don't think people are going to be tuned in to watch him?
Only from where he's from. I don't know.
They'll hype that match. Tatum against Jokic or Giannis against Jokic.
Are you hyping that up more than Giannis against the Brown and Tatum? What's the better hype story?
No, I understand what you're saying, but you're saying that these people are not going to tune in. All right, it's not going. It might not be the marquee that Giannis, Tatum, or Bucks, Celtics is going to be.
Yeah,
it's not going to be that marquee matchup. But it's still I mean the Bucks,
it's still quality teams over there.
Yeah, the Nuggets talent wise are good. They have fans. They draw people in. Like I said, you got Jokic who could potentially be the 3-time MVP.
NBA fans will watch. You're
go
not
ahead.
going to pull in the casual fan with that.
It's
Here's
not
what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this: if the Warriors come out of the West, now
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I'm rocking with. Warriors, maybe Clippers, and I hate to say this: if the Lakers were fully healthy and somehow they did it, all the rest of these teams, I'm like, oh, maybe even the Suns.
I was gonna say the Suns.
Maybe Suns.
If you got the Suns, you got
Maybe
you got
Suns.
Burna Boy up front.
Maybe, maybe Suns, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. But anyway, what else you got, baby?
Nah, I think that's it. I think we need to go to a football finale.
Is that it? My man, he said it live. NBA, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're back. I was on my darkness retreat. I was reaching my spiritual center.
Wait, is that a shot at somebody? I don't understand.
I need a job just like Aaron Rodgers, so
you
I'm
doing-
trying to figure out where my best way to go is.
No. So you got to come out. You got to go on your spiritual retreat to figure out what you're gonna do, and then you come on shows and you don't want to talk about it. Why am I being asked about this? Why? But why also?
Yeah.
Why are you on this show talking about randomness?
I
I
hate
say this.
Aaron
I say
Rodgers.
this all the time about certain cats. Who are you? Who are you? Really, you're holding this franchise hostage every
Year.
Every year. Every year.
Well, we saw Brett Favre do it before him, so he's always like, all right, this is the way we do it in Green Bay.
That's where we got the pointers. That's where we got the pointers.
That's I hate to keep comparing sports. That's why I feel like the NBA, like Joe Tsai didn't allow that. He's like, look, you're not holding me hostage. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling the shots here. This guy's calling the shots. He's been calling the shots for Green Bay for how long? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but that's the situation. But they keep. It's like a bad relationship. You keep complaining about it,
letting
and you
them
keep
do it.
running back.
Back to
Let him do it.
Kubi.
You're letting him do it.
I know you. I know you know.
You're letting Ike Turner beat on you, Tina. Stop, Tina. You gotta stand up for yourself, Green Bay. You're letting Ike do you dirty. Annie Mae, eat the cake. What's going on, man?
And that's Aaron Rodgers. You know, he's telling them every year. Like,
I know we're kidding around, but what do you think ultimately he's gonna do, or what's gonna happen? Is he in New York? Is he in Atlanta? I don't know where they got him going.
I've heard Raiders. I've heard Jets. I've heard going back to Green Bay.
You never know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by any of it.
If he goes to the Raiders, he's back with his receiver.
Devontae.
But he's also
And they're dangerous then, in my eyes. Who's in that division? Oh, Kansas City.
Yeah.
They still got to deal with the Chargers, too. Oh. I'm not counting Russell Wilson. That's your guy.
Nah, I'm fine.
You be acting like him.
Potentially, once again, the West is a crazy
A
division.
monster. If he goes there.
If he goes there. We thought it was going to be like that once.
So let's peep this. If he goes to Jets, now that division, because now you got Josh Allen. We'll get on the Tua thing, but he's Tua. We'll just say Tua.
But you also gotta think about it. You're going through the Jets. Like, you're throwing him on what he doesn't want. You're gonna throw him on a team with a bunch of young people that are trying to get their name up in the NFL.
No, we're just saying if he does this. Where was the other place he goes?
He's got a lot of good all-around talent.
Yeah.
With the Jets, if he went there, it's still young. I'll give you that.
Where was the other spot? It said Atlanta. If he
Well,
goes
No,
there,
he'll never go to Atlanta.
No.
There's a bunch of there's a bunch of teams that need quarterbacks. I mean,
Yeah, well, a lot of teams would take him.
But these are the front runners from what I'm hearing, right? Raiders, Jets.
People were saying the Dallas should get rid of Dak and bring Rodgers, and I'm like, Rodgers can't win the playoffs
No.
either.
And I felt him and McCarthy
Him and
parted
McCarthy-
ways.
him and
on,
McCarthy
like,
are not-
they weren't.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
they're not inviting each other over for Sunday dinner.
I think he ran him out of there, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, he's run a lot of people up.
He's not inviting McCarthy over for Sunday dinner. So I don't know how that would work out.
Anyway, I'm all for Mr. Darkness.
But having a-
Go ahead,
Oh,
go ahead.
that-
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, speaking of in that darkness, one of the teams we talked about in that darkness situation, Derek Carr. What's going on with Derek Carr? Is he
he's
gonna
on hold until Rodgers goes.
be, Is he going to be a future Hall of Famer?
Because the Jets want. I've
Who's
heard
a
the Jets.
future Hall of Famer?
Allegedly, that's one of the things that they
What?
that they told Carr in one of his interviews with the Jets.
So you can make the argument that Rodgers is holding the league hostage.
Yeah,
Because they're waiting for, you're potentially waiting for his move.
because I heard the Jets want Rodgers, but Carr is like the backup,
Carr's their safety net, you know.
which is not a bad safety net. And like I said, he'll have a lot of young talent, good
Nah,
running
man,
I
I say you still go with my man Zach Wilson. You know.
run.
Your mom's can go. Your mom. That's the dude you got to keep an eye on your mom's around. Is that him?
Yeah.
He's not even. White's ahead of him on the depth chart.
Yeah,
think so.
I think so. Oh,
But
wow.
either way, I don't think either one of them is the quarterback for the Jets next year.
What else? Who else? Tua. You want to jump on the Tua thing?
Tua?
What is he doing?
I saw online that he's taking a judo training so he can learn how to take the falls better and apparently not bang his head against the ground,
The ground.
and get a concussion. Which
You think that's gonna work?
I don't know.
I've
The way-
never heard of this.
I mean, judo is
this
all
something I
about
don't know?
judo's all about throws and landing and stuff. So I can understand why that could potentially help.
But
So he's gonna get tackled and jump up in the stance.
No, it's all about being
They're
thrown.
gonna be like, Tua, wait, you're not in the dojo.
nah, he's gonna get thrown and he's gonna roll on his shoulder instead of landing the back of his head.
I don't know how you can prevent that. It's too
There's-
much
there's-
chaos.
Nah, some of it, especially some of those hits that he had last year. Like I don't know how you, like that. There was that one where one of the concussions where they grabbed him by the waist and literally like
Flung
body
him.
slammed.
Slammed them.
I was
Slammed
like,
them.
There's no way to avoid that.
You can't avoid that.
So I do think though, like if I'm the Dolphins, seriously, you gotta ask to see if you get that the extra padding that they put on for preseason, like the Great Kazoo helmets.
all those
Are
old,
they gonna,
those
is the
old school,
NFL gonna allow that?
the old school neck rolls the fullbacks used to wear, and
Yeah.
some of the linebackers.
Yeah.
So it's like anything.
You got to get something because no, like we laugh about
What's
it.
the protocol
he
though
ain't
with
long for this.
NFL?
He ain't long for this league if he can't.
He's not. He's not. What is it? Was it 3 concussions last year?
Yep.
So it's
What's the protocol for the equipment though? Are they is the NFL going to allow that?
No.
I don't think so, but I think you would have
Because
you would
they
have
do
to-
have them in practice.
Yeah. But that's practice. You can't. You
You
can't
have to-
give one guy that.
You have to you would
Advantage.
only ways you'd have to give him a waiver or something. I don't know if they would be willing to do that, but if I'm the Dolphins, I'm trying to anything because if that's your franchise quarterback and you can't keep him on the field because of that, you got to figure something out. Like that's would they have been better in the playoffs? I don't know, but like
Yeah.
it's hard if he's the franchise quarterback and he's your number one pick and whatever it was, and you can't keep him on the
Keeps getting
field.
hurt.
I truly hope the whole off season, because the problem is back to back to back. It's so much easier to get him.
Yeah.
So hopefully, the off season really helps him. I don't want to see some young kid. I mean, we used to make fun of Tua the first couple of
Yeah, but
first season.
in reality, it's not funny.
Yeah, and I don't want to see some young guy with a lot of talent not be able
You'll
to
never see
fulfill it.
So the first time he gets the concussion next year,
He's in trouble.
what do you do?
I might sit him for the season.
NFL,
If I'm
the
the
Miami Dolphins.
if I'm in the
What do you do?
If I'm in the NFL, I'm definitely sending him. He's got to go to the specialist, get the CTE checked out, all that stuff, because
They're covering that already. I guess. I would assume
remember-
because they're taking a beating from this stuff already.
you also got to remember,
Ex-players.
the team doctor that cleared him to come back, like you you're the NFL, if he has another issue like that, you have to step in and make sure that they're
You're gonna have to start dropping fines then, because I think Miami,
Yeah.
they're the ones that called that shot.
Yeah, they should have been. They should
have been the ones that been like, look, you can't play.
So I think if I'm the NFL and I see a repeat of this season,
Start handing out fines.
you got to
That's
do
just in
something.
my
take
eyes.
draft picks. Fines they don't
Ooh.
care. Fines they don't care about. They'll pay the fine.
But you got to do something, because at the end of the day, like it's fun and games. But then, like, if this is becomes into a real serious situation for a kid, like, you gotta step in, because especially because football is getting such a bad rap because of CTE, because of all this stuff. Like, at some point, you keep seeing this repeatedly. You're gonna have to, as a league, you're gonna have to step in and do something.
Yeah, I think they are.
Because it's already going down to the lower leagues where people aren't letting their kids play football anymore.
They're not.
You won't be getting the same talent level.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of kids that parents could have been stars that parents don't let them play, because they're afraid of concussion. There's guys now that are shortening their careers because they don't want to get concussions.
I'm not, but I still think there's too many people that want to play football, especially if you go south of Pennsylvania. They do not care about any of this stuff. It's just football's crazy. I don't know. You're born like they come out the womb, and the mother and father like, you're gonna be a running back. You know what I mean? It's different. It's different down like in the Northeast and North. I'm gonna give you that. Not saying that we're soft up here, but when you go down south, it's crazy. High school's crazy. Everything. Football's crazy, and I don't think this deters them. It just doesn't. Like you got the. Not trying to skip over to the next topic, but like the Jalen Carter cat, they're doing like crazy stuff. They're doing crazy stuff, and football is still like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But go ahead, do your dance, baby.
You brought up Jalen Carter.
Go ahead, do your dance.
It was going to be a top 5 pick, definitely top 5 pick, and now he gets in trouble.
What's going on with the dude? Let people know if they don't know already.
He was racing. I can't say I've done my share.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
I've done my fair share of racing.
Have you ever been in a race?
Yes.
No, I can't.
And it unfortunately didn't go left for us.
But I also didn't do it in an SUV. I did it in sports cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean though?
The control you can't. There's so much
You
more
can't
control.
control the SUV better. You're saying.
Yeah, I'm a Ford Expedition against a Toyota Tomahawk. These are not cars you normally race.
I feel like at those high speeds, it doesn't matter what you're in. If you hit something or
No, it's about hitting, but like what he's talking about is just the way that
They
those cars
handle
the
the control.
SUV.
Yeah, like if you have an SUV doing 120 and you make one bad turn,
You're done.
yeah.
There's a reason why sports cars have sports suspensions and.
So what happened with the dude? He was racing.
Racing
was
the
the
other
dude? Was
guy.
the
The other
dude
guy
in the
was
car?
drunk.
With,
So it was.
did anybody die? What
Yeah, 2
happened?
people died.
From what I read, it was 3 cars racing. Jalen Carter was in a Jeep, I think.
Okay.
The guy who died, one of the guys who died, who was driving the other car, was driving an Expedition. He's a recruiter or staffer
For Georgia, yeah.
For Georgia.
Wow.
And there was an offensive lineman in the car with him, and somebody else that was in the another one of the.
Was any
and he
kind
was-
of any
he was-
substances
Yeah,
involved?
he was double the legal limit.
Yeah, so the guy driving was double the legal limit for drinking. And so at some point they were doing like a $120, lost control of they spun around, like I think ultimately ended up hitting us. They split like a light post. They went through a lot, and they finally got stopped by like a tree. And so
this kid, he just fled the scene?
So yeah, what they're saying is that Jalen Carter and the other kid, they left. And when police
Didn't even look back at the other car that got into an accident.
Oh,
Did they even know they probably got into an accident?
No, I'm sure they
Yeah,
know.
sure
Yeah,
they
you're
knew.
like, we were just side by side with them, and now they're not there. I would
You got rearview
I would
mirrors.
go back and see.
You got rearview mirrors.
And
So yeah,
rearview
you
mirrors,
don't
'cause-
leave.
Because they were saying
So
that,
this kid just left that.
Yeah.
yeah, because they
So
were
he's
saying,
already, that's already one part of it.
Well,
Go
he
ahead.
sees his future. He's like, oh shit.
yeah,
So that's already one part of it.
So then, I mean, they're saying like he was when they're saying that he left and then came back, and when the police tried to speak to him about it, he was like, "Oh, I was in my apartment.
I was
and
home."
I heard the crash, and I came to see what
Strike
it was.
two. Strike two.
And
Let's
I came
keep
to
it a
see-
stack.
And I came to see what it was.
You left the scene, and now you're saying you weren't even there.
And so ultimately, he fessed up and he was like, "Yeah, I was there. I was racing, and whatever." But now you're looking at some misdemeanor charges. I guess he could get in trouble for perjury for lying.
Yeah.
Or
All right, back up. Who is this guy in the draft? Is he top 20, top 30,
so he was the
second round?
He was the number one rated prospect in this
After
draft.
after the quarterbacks, they said he was supposed to go first. He probably still will. This is if it's just 2 misdemeanors and then they don't bring any other charges, maybe for the perjury. Hey, maybe he'll drop late enough in the draft for the Cowboys to pick him up.
I hate. Listen,
Yeah, Jerry will take him.
Yep.
I hate doing this, but now I gotta turn into preacher. What's up with these young cats, man? You got the world right here. You got the world in your hands. You got it by the balls. Where's his mother? I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. Who's talking to these cats, man? What's going on?
They got so much more to lose than most kids. I mean, everybody's got their future ahead of them, but they
You
have
just
so
told me
much more.
he's the top. So he's a top 5 pick in the NFL coming up draft.
They would say he could have been the top pick, depending on who had the pick.
Yeah, because Chicago might trade it away.
He was at the Columbine chilling, and they had to go like the
was at the
warrant had to go out for
Combine,
the
not
dude.
the Combine.
Combine. You know
Not the
what I mean?
Columbine.
It's a Combine. Big
The
difference.
Combine.
Big difference.
He's at the Combine chilling, and it came across that they're looking for you. Did you not think that was coming back on you?
And he was scheduled to make an appearance, like a media day or whatever, and they pulled that.
He turned himself in last night,
And then then he got pulled altogether from the combine. So
and then he was out 15 minutes later.
yeah, but because again, he's not as of right now. All he's facing is misdemeanor
Misdemeanors, right.
charges, so it's not
He
like
was
Is he going to jail?
no.
I don't think so, unless they do something like unless they can prove that he was more involved or than they know so far. Or
What do you have happening to this kid?
He's gonna get a slap on the wrist. He's gonna, potentially he'll drop in the middle of the first round instead of being a top pick. It'll cost him a couple $1 million. And
He's not going to jail.
I don't think so.
At
What are they
all.
going to charge him with? I mean, people.
What do they call it? Reckless endangerment or something? No,
Yeah, but he wasn't driving the car of the people who got killed. If someone died in his car,
it's a different story.
it's a different story.
So as of right now,
And he was sober.
Yeah. So as of right now, that's what all he's facing. So we'll see.
He got lucky.
He got lucky that it wasn't anything major. Anything major for him.
People still died.
Rest in peace to the two people who died.
Yeah.
But he got lucky that it wasn't anything major for him. He's just facing the misdemeanor charges. And I guess if they bring more charges on him, unless they bring something, like a felony, which I don't see how they could, or maybe they could. I don't know. I don't know the laws in Georgia. But he'll get a slap on the wrist. He'll do community service. He'll pay a fine. He's gonna have to work on his image.
And he'll be playing for Chicago next year.
If Chicago keeps the one,
Yeah, they're talking about getting out of that.
that's the other.
They don't need a quarterback, so might as well move back.
Well,
and
he's
pick
a DN, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you scoop him if you're Chicago?
But why would you take the one if his stock is gonna drop and you get him in like the 10th or the 11th pick or the 12th pick?
I wouldn't roll the dice with that. 'Cause that kid's he's gonna go. In my mind,
They need multiple picks. So.
he's gonna go.
They need more help than just one person. So
NFL, I hate to sound like this. NFL is synonymous with criminals. I hate to sound like this guy, but
why? No, because I could have been in that situation. I used to get in races all the time. I had a 1980 Trans Am. I used to pull up to stoplights and get in races all the time from people challenge. I just got lucky and didn't,
the badder you are, the more the NFL goes on alert. We want him. I don't know. I sound like
that
a
just
jerk.
seems like the perfect person that Jerry Jones to roll the
I
dice.
Yeah, I was
sound
gonna
like
say-
a jerk saying that, but
I was gonna say that's definitely a Jerry Jones.
right in that climb.
Yeah.
All right, so in speaking of criminals, you want to talk about Michael Irvin?
That's
Oh,
that's your guy. I know you're going to bat for him right now, so I'm just gonna step back and I'll step in when you start. Go ahead.
You know what? He has a past. I will give him that. He did a lot of stuff back in the day.
Okay.
But you
this
can't
time-
get in trouble for they took him off the Super Bowl. Now everybody probably has heard the story. He got taken off Super Bowl coverage by NFL Network and ESPN because an allegation was made by a woman at the Marriott they were staying at.
Go ahead.
No, you got something to say?
So it was innocent. You think that what happened?
Here's the deal. There's footage of him in the bar area.
But the audio doesn't come through.
The audio doesn't come
You
through.
don't know what he said to this chick.
But everybody was standing around him. And you can hear audio, you just can't hear it clearly. He wasn't drinking. He had a club soda because even guys tried to buy him drinks at the bar. There's videos, the guys that videoed him said they tried to buy him a drink, but he's like, I got to be up early for ESPN tomorrow. Thanks, fellas. And he's so aware of stuff now that they wanted to take pictures of him. And they said, yeah, I'll do it, just outside. He didn't want to take pictures inside the bar. So he is definitely aware. It was a 45-second interaction with this woman.
What could you say to a woman in 45 seconds to make her feel offended?
And she shook his hand at the end of it. They parted ways. He went in his elevator, went up to the room.
So what could you say to a chick in 45 seconds to make her afterwards be like, I felt uncomfortable?
And no matter what, even if he just said something to make her uncomfortable, how does that justify you getting taken off Super Bowl coverage, getting thrown out of the hotel? And Marriott went up to his hotel room at 3 a.m, knocked on his door, and said, "You gotta go." Now he's suing him.
This is what I hate. This is where his past is haunting him.
Yeah, but this could happen to anybody.
Not necessarily. Like if I didn't have Michael Irving's past, I think this is what's hurting him. But the stuff he's done in the past, and
he got accused before. Him, I think it might have been him and was it Eric Williams, the offensive tackle?
Yeah.
And that happened to him in the '90s, and then it got thrown out after because it was bullshit.
I'm agreeing. I'm with you, but I'm saying
I'm just thinking it's just these guys are targets, and I just hate how judgments were ended, and in some cases it should be. No, they should get in trouble for what they do, but they get taken off of assignments.
You're guilty until not even,
yeah.
and you might just say he's just guilty in my eyes. Like people are always gonna look at him and say, "You did it because of I don't know. I don't like that culture, man."
It happens all the time. Something happens, and automatically they're taken off the coverage, or they lose their job, or they get suspended, and nothing's proven yet.
So he's suing, right?
He's suing for $100 million. Suing the
Marriott. He's not getting that.
Suing the Marriott and the girl. Now that just came down the other day. The Marriott is saying, "Whoa, that's a franchise."
Yeah, that's not us.
Because Marriott. Here's the thing: how do you go and accuse Michael Irvin when you have a contract with the NFL?
Yeah,
you have to have solid proof or big time evidence if you want to possibly jeopardize that contract with the NFL. So Marriott's saying, no, don't sue us. That was the franchise Marriott. That's nothing to do with corporation.
Does he get $100 million?
No, but he's doing that just
to stick it to them.
To show that he's serious about this. And so far, they haven't come up with any footage. The judge wants them to show the footage. They want the girl's name that accused them. They want the footage, any footage that they have. And they haven't come up with any of it yet.
Because here's another thing. If you had something, you would use it against him.
Yeah.
I bet you something's on there where the girl probably did comply or something like that, and it's making them look bad.
Wow. And like I said, nowadays there's footage everywhere. So there's footage in the bar area.
Yeah, I bet you they probably can even clean up the audio.
Yeah.
With this technology and stuff.
And Michael was like smiling, laughing, blah, blah, blah. Looked like he was being very courteous. And you're like, what the? And maybe that was someone. Maybe that was a girl trying to make a money grab.
Yo, I might have to rock with you on this one. I was a little skeptical. I might have to rock with you, man, because it's the culture nowadays. Everybody's trying to.
And back in the day,
she knew who he was,
right? And back in the day, someone could make this accusation, and there wasn't going to be cell phone footage. And stuff like that.
So you need stuff like this to flip this cancel culture stuff on its ear to balance it out, I feel.
Yeah.
Wow.
People should be held accountable, but this cancel culture stuff is just going too far.
It is.
You get canceled before you're guilty. And then you have
That's
to
what I'm
try to
saying.
rebound from it.
Exactly. So he still has the stain, but he's gonna be like, look, I'm not going out like no chump.
Exactly.
Wow. Yo, good for Michael Irvin, man. I'm like, you know me, I'm a Philly guy. You know what it is. But let them don't go out like no chump. I agree with.
If it's something you didn't do.
I'm mocking with him on this one. I'm mocking with him on this one because I do feel, yeah, I'm gonna rock with him on this one. Michael Irvin, good luck, man. Good luck.
I didn't think I'd ever hear those words come out of his mouth.
Nah, because the more I'm thinking about it, it might have been she knew who he was. Yeah, it was during the Super Bowl too that week, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she might have knew who he was. She definitely knew who she was. Who was the chick? Does anybody know?
She's an employee of the Marriott.
She definitely knew who he was.
Yeah.
This is awful. This is awful. This is awful. Until more information comes out, and there's nothing else coming out.
The latest update was that the judge wants him to turn over any video evidence they have of the Marriott.
And what are they doing with this?
Well, like I said, the Marriott themselves are trying to. They might have to refile this to sue the franchise Marriott.
I heard it was something to do with the state, though. Like he was in one state, but he's suing in another
No,
state.
I think it went from state to federal court, something like that. I don't know. Those details a little bit. I didn't get my law degree yet.
So is he done with ESPN now? Is he come back next season?
Well, that's the thing. Does he want to come? Like, does he want to be associated with it? If they're going to drop him
Because
like
I feel
that,
like they booted him off NFL Network too because of something.
they took him off. Well, I don't know. I knew they took him off the coverage for the Super Bowl, and then I guess they don't have to deal with it until they need him again.
Nah, but he's been on. I mean, I guess because he's been on. Was that First Take with
Yeah.
Stephen A. a lot recently.
It was like every Monday. Every Monday he does the Monday segment with Stephen A. Ooh, we'll see if he's there next year. But what do you do about ESPN in this? Because here's the other thing too. If I'm working for a company, I would like to think you got my back. You got my back, man. So they automatically off rip was like, nope, you're right.
Within hours.
Not even, I could be wrong. Did they even indulge in investigating this or anything? You can't tell me they did that within hours, like you said.
Yeah, they just pulled him right off.
You're just saying, yeah, Michael Irvin, you need to go away. No, have my back. Like I don't know, but that's also corporate. I feel they don't have it back. Maybe I don't know. I've never been in a corporate situation where they've ever had my back. The guests or the customers, no matter what, they hold them up here, and you're just here. So I don't know. Good for Michael Irvin, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And you would have never heard that out of my mouth back in the 80s when he was laying down on his back. Michael Irvin.
They were hoping he was paralyzed on that field when he hurt his back.
He'll be
they
all
were
right.
cheering. They were jeering him when he was lying on the field in Philly when he had his back issue.
He's so animated too as a broadcaster. You can't deny him. Like even if he wanted to go off and do his own thing, I think it would blow up.
Yeah.
He adds to your ratings. Like when him and Stephen A. go at it, I love watching that. I'll tune in to watch that. Watch these guys. He'll be all right.
He's a show, man. He puts on the show. He's a showmaker.
But anyway, what else you got, baby?
You want to talk about Lamar Jackson?
Ooh.
A little something quick about that?
I think he's gone. He's out.
Well, I read something the other day. Last time, they offered him a 5-year, $250 million contract, $50 million a year, $133 guaranteed, and he had said no. He countered with he wants fully guaranteed to exceed Deshaun
What
Watson's.
were we talking about with the cap last night?
We're talking about when we talk about the cap is like, what was the cap is that we said is going to
230 something?
224.
224.
So if he gets what?
$50 million.
That's a quarter of your cap.
Off the books.
Off the books.
For one player.
For one player. And you got 51 other people to put on that roster.
Wow. Is he getting that? Baltimore's not doing that.
Baltimore's not doing
that. No.
Someone might.
Who's going to do it? That's another thing. You're probably still waiting for Aaron Rodgers and this cat. And then whatever move these cats make, the rest of the NFL is going to go boop, 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 boop. Things are going to just start falling into place.
But I think you might have a team that's going to be dumb enough to give him $250 fully guaranteed. I mean, you had somebody give Deshaun Watson the money, fully guaranteed contract. But the problem is, I think because of that, because of what the Browns did, more people are going to expect, quarterbacks are going to expect, I want a fully guaranteed contract.
Yeah, and they got to stop that.
How will you stop it now? It's too late. It's a freight train.
I know.
It's a freight train going downhill.
No, you stop that. Just you go. I'm not giving you that. Like I'm not.
When has the NFL ever done that?
But the problem is, there's always a couple of teams that are going to do it, and then that hurts you. So now you got to do it. Like the first team that went to $40 million on a quarterback, and then the next team went to 45. So it's just constantly. You got someone like Danny Dimes who's looking for $45 million.
Is he worth that?
No, come on. You know he's not worth that. Come on.
He
He's just trying to be controversial.
He might not.
No, I just want people to know what's going on.
Danny Dimes might not even be a top 15 quarterback in the league right now.
And he's requesting though.
$45 million.
He's requesting a quarter of the cap. A third of the cap.
And he had
quarter or a third.
He had a pretty good season this year.
He had an okay season this year.
Who are you?
Well, for him, it's pretty good. Most quarterbacks.
This episode is gonna be called the "Who Are You" episode. Who are these guys? But anyway, we'll wrap it up. I feel like it's going in a stale direction with these dudes with this money, man.
But like you said, it's the market. It's whoever's gonna. If somebody's willing to pay for these people this much money, then hey, I should have been a quarterback. I could have been a contender.
What else you got, P? That's it?
I think that's it.
Yo, man. I want to thank the guy who I'm talking to, the guy who talks to the guy who finally talks to this guy. What you got planned for the rest of the day? You working?
Nah, I'm off. I'm going to enjoy some time.
Okay. You cooking? You going to be chefing up today?
Yeah, I'm actually.
Yeah, you've been hooking it up lately. How's that going for you? How's that holding out? Like your
Oh, it's going so good so far. We'll see how long. I still got another,
2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Nah, I still got a month.
Ooh. So you got to be disciplined for a month.
Yeah.
You Catholic?
Yeah.
You don't do none of this stuff?
No.
Almost. He's like, I'm a different kind of Catholic. We don't have to do any of that.
We don't want to even get into this.
No. So you don't have to discipline yourself.
That's a different show.
Okay. Okay. That's respectful. What you doing today, man?
I'm going to try to look for some jobs.
Yo, if anybody out there is looking for trustworthy dude, a dude that works hard, my man P is looking for a job.
Retail management.
Merchandising.
That's all my background is.
He's been doing it for years. Tell a friend, let them know. You know what I mean?
And if they don't, tell them to like, share, and subscribe, comment.
That's it, man. Come back, Kings. We got another one in the books, baby. Peace.